Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. We're so happy to have you with us today. My name is Sherry Cressy, and I operate the All Aboard Travel company. We are a travel leaders vacation center, and we are very happy to bring to you this year our Cruise and Travel Expo 2021 Home Edition. I know things look a little bit different this year for many of us in a lot of ways, so we wanted to follow suit, bring things directly to you where you can be comfortable and sit in your home. If you would like to reach out to us at any time, feel free to pick up the phone and call us at 1-800-741-1770. And we only work with the best of the best at All Aboard Travel. We have certified expert level travel advisors waiting to assist you with your future travel plans and even any questions that you may have. Again, I want to welcome you all and thank you for joining with us today. We have a wonderful partner and we want to bring to you all of those great things that you have known to come to expect from us during a travel expo. So just for attending, and if you book by February 8th, you will be able to receive up to a $500 onboard credit per stateroom for a sailing, or up to $500 per room on a tour or all-inclusive resort vacation. Feel free to give us a call about any of those items. There are certain restrictions that do apply as pertaining to certain items and dates and vendors that are available, but do give us a call. We'll be happy to allow you to show you where you can apply those discounts. And the best news of all is, since you are attending and you have registered, you're going to be entered in to a drawing for a chance to win a $1,000 all aboard travel gift certificate. So excited to be able to offer that to you on behalf of All Aboard Travel. Keep in mind, we have a lot of wonderful presentations going on through the month of January. So the more presentations that you do choose to attend, the more chances you have to be entered into that drawing to win. And also, another thing to keep in mind, 2020 has been a rough year in many ways for all of us. We know that dependent upon where you live, and we are a global company, we have clients all over the world and in many of the states, we realize that travel for many of you has been impossible dependent upon where you live. We haven't been able to visit with our family and friends, and there's a huge pent-up demand for us to be able to gather. We have a niche business here as part of our division. We love groups. And if you have any questions about how you can gather, how you can get together and really celebrate with those friends and family members, or if you're planning a wedding or a bachelorette trip or a guy's trip or anything that you really would like to celebrate together with friends and family, give us a call and we'll be happy to go over those options with you. Again, I want to thank all of you for attending our Cruise and Travel Expo 2021 Home Edition. Again, I'm Sherry Cressy with All Aboard Travel, 1-800-741-1770 to reach us. And during our presentation today, if you do happen to have any questions, don't hesitate to take advantage of that Q&A box that you see on your webinar. Go ahead and type in your question, and time permitting today, we'll be happy to do our best to answer those for you. Now, let's get on to the fun stuff, shall we? We have an amazing partner that we are so proud to be able to bring to you today. We're going to be talking about Scenic and Emerald Waterways. I am very happy to introduce to you Mr. Richard Hickey, who is the Business Development Manager and representative of those companies. Richard, thanks so much for joining us today.
Sherry, thank you for that warm welcome. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I am ready to go. I know that we've got all of these limits that are out there and the global halt to a lot of travel, but I look at this as a benefit. This is giving all of us a chance to really regroup, think about how we're going to prepare for once travel reopens, and it's giving all of you folks out there who are the suppliers, who own the ships, who operate the tours, who are doing this. It really gives you an opportunity to get everything set and the plans made so that we can have a wonderful start to travel again.
You're absolutely right. This downtime has given us an opportunity to take a look at operations, back office things. So when we do open up, which I am confident that'll be hopefully by the middle of the summer, that we're stronger than ever before. This is a resilient industry and we're ready to go.
Oh, so many people ready to go. Richard, I believe you are promoted to co-host, so at any time you can go ahead and share your screen and go ahead and begin your presentation. I will turn off my camera so there's no distraction from me, and
Sure.
It's all yours, my friend.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Can you see my screen? Sure. Okay, I'm positive. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking your time to hear about Scenic and Emerald Waterways, as Sherry said. Again, Richard Hickey. I am based over here in the great city of Miami, Florida, where things are starting to open up slowly but surely. But a goal of today is to give you an overview of our river cruise lines, Scenic and Emerald Waterways. We've not a household name like some of the other lines. We are an Australian company that started our journey back in 1986, about 35 years ago. That gentleman, Glenn Maroney, started offering motor coach tours around Australia, was very successful over the years, grew the company to a global tour company, and saw what was happening in the river cruise industry back in 2008. And when you look at our portfolio of products, we've got a diversified portfolio between river cruising and small yacht ocean cruising, from expedition to warm water cruising in the Mediterranean. So it's pretty much one-stop shopping for you if you're looking for that smaller, intimate experiences. But today I am going to be speaking about Scenic and Emerald Waterways, our two river brands. The first one with Scenic I'll talk about. Some of you may be new to river cruising. You may not know about river cruising, primarily in Europe, which I'm going to be speaking about. We own and operate all of our ships. We currently have 16 what we call spaceships in our fleet that will hold up to about 163 guests. The beauty of river cruising in Europe really offers the best of two vacation experience. It offers the best of kind of an ocean ship where you unpack once. The river ship is your mode of transportation going from port to port. But it's also the best of a land tour where you're actually not on a motor coach all day. However, we do have our motor coaches that follow these ships. They follow the destinations. And when we wake up in the morning, the motor coach is right there to take you off to your selected tours and then back. But really, when you look at river cruising, the popularity has never been stronger before. When you look at the last 10 years, we've really become popular in the experience because it takes you to small, intimate, fairy tale towns like Dürnstein on the Danube, population of about 600, or to the fabled cities of Budapest, some of the larger marquee cities that you see over in Europe. And my computer's a little bit slower at populate. So here we are in Budapest. You know, it allows you to really engage with the culture, the history, the architecture, and the cuisine. And we at Scenic and Emerald Waterways do a wonderful job showcasing these destinations. Some of you may not have been on river cruise in Europe, but want to know why the ships look this size. It's due to the locks and the bridges. And our Scenic spaceships and Emerald ships are the largest to get through the locks as well as under the bridges. We have two full decks of veranda staterooms that you'll be able to experience that I'll talk about a little bit. But they are the largest to get through. On Scenic, we hold 163 guests. On our spaceships, Emerald, 181 guests, which you'll see in just a little bit. But again, the largest to get through the locks. Some of the river cruise lines will put up to 190 guests on these particular ships. So when you look at Scenic, our main focus when you're on board is a truly all-inclusive experience. I don't want your credit card. The perks and privileges are included. It's the dining. It's all the beverages. It's the wines, the beers, the sodas, the soft drinks, and the alcohol. We've got butler service for all guests, not just the suites, but for all guests. But most importantly, when you go ashore, it's all of our tours. We have free choice tours. These are tours that are based on activity and interest, relaxed, moderate, or active. But then we have our Scenic and Rich. These are our wow venues. These are where we're going to take you behind the scenes to create special moments and very memorable experiences for you. So again, the perks and privileges are all included. Really, the only charge that you'll incur on a Scenic spaceship is something in the wellness center, a massage, facial, haircut, if you will. Again, when you look at our ships, we've got a classic comfort feel to them. This is the first impression you'll see on one of our spaceships with the staff greeting you as you go on board. When you look at the lounge and the attire on board, we do promote a country club casual ambiance. This is the hub of the ship. This is where your entertainment's going to be. This is where your cruise director is going to be giving port talks. This is where you're going to sit for before or after dinner cocktail or just lounge around as you're cruising along the rivers. But again, we do promote that country club casual ambiance. Formal attire, not required. However, if you do want to get dressed up, by all means, you can if you want to on a scenic spaceship. When you look at dining, dining is very important. I don't care what kind of a cruise you're on, whether it's a day cruise, a week cruise, around the world cruise, very important component to a vacation. And our chefs take great pride in preparing wonderful meals. We have up to 5 options that you can choose from the main restaurant, crystal dining experience, where all 3 meals are served, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, table service as well. Then we have alternative experiences. We have portobellos, l'amores, serving Italian or French cuisine. And then we have a degustation, an intimate experience for 10 guests called Table Louis or Table d'Or, where this is a wine pairing. It's a 6-course meal paired with 6 different types of wines. I have experienced this several times before. I can tell you it's a happy table after 6 different types of wines. So we have room service, so there's plenty of opportunity for you to be able to eat and dine on board the Scenic Spaceships. There's a menu and a venue for all occasions. When you look at the accommodations, variety of staterooms to choose from. This is our balcony suite, starting at 205 square feet and going up to 250 square feet. If you take away that veranda and you'll have a picture window, that's our starting stateroom down on the jewel deck. We have mattresses that are manufactured exclusively for Scenic, called the Scenic Slumber Bed. We have the nice L'Occitane toiletries. We have infotainment centers that you can check your emails, post pictures, because Wi-Fi is included. But I do want to point out our verandas. So this is a great picture of our veranda. Unlike most river cruise lines that have the French balconies, where you open up your blinds and it's nothing but a metal railing, or the traditional balcony that you may have experienced when you step outside, you've got a metal railing. Well, one of the innovations that our owner pioneered was the glass-only balcony, the Scenic Sun Lounge. So you can see it's a large window. It's a 2-pane window. Bottom part is stationary, top part's adjustable with a touch of a button. No matter what the weather's like, you can sit outside and enjoy the river landscapes as we're cruising along. This is also a great picture. I did mention Butlers. Again, all guests have access to the butler service. Shoe shining, garment pressing. They'll make your reservations into alternative restaurants. But we do also include laundry on board. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you know you're going away for up to 15 days, knowing that you're going to get about 3 pounds of laundry done on board really goes a long way. You get some undergarments pressed up as well. So do take advantage of the butlers. Again, they're highly trained. They go through a school before they get on board the ships. The amenities and services are more generous when you get up in the higher suites. So I always recommend that you study the brochure and consult with one of the advisors at All Aboard, and they can educate you on all the amenities and services that the butler do provide. And then you get up to our larger suites on the rivers of Europe, all the way to 520 square feet. This is our Royal Owner Suite. Separate bedroom, walk-in closet. You've got a separate sitting area. You've got that Scenic Sun Lounge. When you get into these higher suites, you've also got the larger bathrooms with a shove and tower as well. Okay, so again, make sure you educate yourself on the amenities and services. The butlers will deliver the fuse screwers, the canopies as well. They'll draw the bass, unpack when you get up into these higher categories. For those of you who like to continue your workout routine on vacation, we do have small fitness centers on board our ships. We've got some cardiovascular equipment. We've got some light weights, some rowers. One of the things that we introduced a few years back on board our ships were called activity managers. So our activity managers play a very integral part in your cruise experience. Stretching classes, workout classes, but they'll also engage with you on board the ship as well as ashore during the tours. We'll play trivia, we have karaoke, and of course, they'll escort you on the tours as well. So a lot of our guests reading their comments, they want to take the activity managers back, but of course they can't do that. And one of the innovations we introduced on board the river ships, on 10 of our ships, is salt therapy rooms. This is a growing spa trend. You see a lot of these on ocean ships. So we just kind of bring ocean highlights to the intimacy of river cruising on the Scenic spaceships. computer's, sorry, a little slow. All right, so where are we going? This is a map of Europe on where we're cruising. The core rivers are the Rhine, Main, and Danube. So you can start in the North Sea from Amsterdam and cruise all the way down to the Black Sea. We offer 8 to 15-day cruises. We have 3 ships in France. You've got the south of France, Lyon, and the Saône and Rhône River. We cruise the Bordeaux region, covering all 4 wine regions. And then we also cruise the historic Seine River out of Paris, going all the way to Honfleur. Now, I did mention that most of my ships hold up to 163 guests. The ship that cruises the Seine is the Scenic Gem. She's purposely built for this river, only 128 guests, because she's only one of a couple vessels, ships that goes right into Honfleur on the English Channel, where we offer an overnight, where guests have access to Normandy beaches, the landing area over there. Ships that can't get into Honfleur will have to go to the small town of Rouen and do an overnight, and it's about a 2-hour bus ride. So if you're looking at cruising that historic Seine River, make sure you look at the Scenic Gem. We're in the Douro in northern Portugal, really a hot destination right now, birthplace of port wine, going in northern Portugal into northern Spain. And then also we're in the Russia, cruising Russia from St. Petersburg to Moscow down to Stalingrad. We've got 15-day experiences there, offering 4 days in St. Petersburg as well as Moscow. Now, this is the only destination and experience that's not truly all-inclusive. You're going to have to pay for that Russian vodka. So we only have beer and wine at lunch and dinner. So make note of that as well. So that's the world and the neighborhood that we do cruise when we're over in Europe, offering 8 to 15-day cruises. But as you know, when you're traveling to these destinations, you definitely want to look at a pre or post stay to extend your stay or come in a little bit earlier. When we go ashore, one of the touring devices we have is we have an app to make it easy for you. So when you get your documents, you're going to get a backpack, and in your backpack is going to be information on downloading an app to your personal device. This is the touring device. So when you go on one of your free choice tours, you'll be with Guide 1, Bus 1. You'll push the information and you'll get all the commentary. But it also allows you to go off on your own with independent touring because it has all the information programmed in there, so you never have to miss any information. You will have some river time as you're cruising along. You can sit outside on the sun deck or on your sun lounge. This app will register where you are and you'll get all the information. You'll hear about that 11th century castle instead of having the cruise director over the PA system letting you know. So it's really a great device. So let's go ashore. Let's take a quick look at one port of call and kind of give you an idea of what you can experience on board ashore on a scenic spaceship. So as I mentioned, we have free choice and enrich. So I want you to think that you're in Vienna. You're in Vienna right now, and it's breakfast time, and you're getting ready to go off on one of your tours. So it's about 8:30, and the motor coaches are out there. One of those tours would be the Chambron Palace. This was the main residence for the Habsburg rulers. It's got over 1,440 rooms. We'll do a nice tour. One neat option is going over to the carriage house and look at all the carriages that they did use back in the days. Venture around, walk around to the gardens, really a nice thing. Then you'll hop on back to the motor coach, hop on, hop off, a little bit of a city tour. Or if you're into art, Belvedere Museum hosts some of the finest Austrian art that you'll ever see. You've got beautiful gardens there. Go around, look at the art, look at the gardens, hop on the motor coach, do a city tour, and you're back. Or you can just do a city tour, which is more relaxed. You've got the city tour that go to the ring string area. You've got the Parliament buildings. There's so much historic monuments and landmarks in this city, so you can do a hop on with a motor coach doing a city tour. Or if you're like me and you happen to be a little bit more active, you can go on a guided bike tour. But these are unusual bikes because we have e-bikes. They're electrically assisted. So if you need a little bit of help getting up that hill or getting back to the ship, you hit the electric motor, and as you're pedaling, it will help you. Now, it's important to know it's not a moped, it's an electric motor, so you still need to pedal. But the beauty is you can choose from any one of these 4 tours based on activity level, all right? But we're not done yet, because after you are involved with your free choice tours, we'll go back to the ship for an early dinner, and then we transfer the entire ship in the evening Over to the Palais Liechtenstein, we have a private concert, private tour, and a private reception. This is an example of scenic and rich. These are these wow moments. These are these exclusive events that we take you to, no one else there but the scenic guest. And they are included. There's no additional charges for these particular events. So these are examples of what our journey designers do to create memorable experiences for you. Some of the other tours that we're looking at introducing this year, we've got some really neat tours that we've introduced on the Danube. We're going to go to the Artisan Castle. This castle dates back to the 13th century. It's a famous residence of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. And these are the actual owners, the family that own the castle. We're going to sit around, do a tour, have a refreshment, and the family will tell us some stories of the castle. Another one that we're going to be introducing, another free choice tour, is the Gutenberg Museum. Founded in 1900, it's one of the oldest museums showcasing printing in the world, obviously named after Johannes Gutenberg. And then one of my favorites, if you're cruising the Douro, is this is a real authentic experiences where we're going to go to this young lady's house, and she's known for a particular type of bread that's created over in the Douro. So we're going to have a bread making course as we're drinking some port wine. So again, other examples of what our journey designers look for to create, so you walk away saying, I really enjoyed these destinations. Now we're just going to transition over to Emerald Waterways. So Scenic, our truly all-inclusive experience. Emerald Waterways is our deluxe experience. So we launched Scenic in 2008, Emerald Waterways in 2014. This is a nicely inclusive, kind of a 4-star deluxe experience. And we refer to our ships as starships because of the design and innovations on board. What happens on Emerald Waterways? Not as many choices, not as many inclusions, but priced about 30% less. So if you're not into all the beverages, the spirits, all day long and into the evening, we do serve complimentary wine or beer at lunch and dinner, and you have the option to purchase a beverage package. Okay, we don't have as many dining options. We do have excellent dining, 5-star dining, but it's in Reflections Restaurant, the main restaurant area. We don't have butler service on board. Okay, we don't offer as many tours, but you can kind of choose your tours based on what your interests are. But what we do include, which is very important, is all your tips and gratuities, both on and off the ship. The transfers, port charges, taxes, and Wi-Fi's. And it's important because in that deluxe market, most of the lines don't include those tips and gratuities. So that's a value up to $700 on a 15-day cruise. We also include those activity managers as well, again, play an integral part in your experience. When you look at what Emerald includes, it's no wonder that 5 years in a row, this river cruise line has been voted the best value for river cruising in Europe 5 years in a row. And that's a strong testament because there are some wonderful experiences out there. So I want to take a look. If you're not into completely all-inclusive, you can look at a nicely inclusive experience with Emerald Waterways. As I said, we refer to them as starships because of the design, comfort, innovations. You've got elegant furnishings, modern art, mirrored walls, chrome walls as well. I will say, if you remember the first slide with our owner, Glenn Maroney, his wife, Karen Maroney, is in charge of all the decor on our ships. So she handpicks the furnishings, all the arts, and does a wonderful job. So this is a starship. Staterooms, a little bit smaller when you get into the higher categories than Scenic. They've got the open air balcony, just like Scenic with the Sun Lounge. Large glass window, bottom part stationary, top part adjustable. This is our balcony starting at 180 square feet. That does include the veranda. We've got those special mattresses, infotainment centers, and then Emerald Waterways, our largest suite, the one's bedroom, goes up to 315 square feet. Again, not as large as Scenic, but the ship does hold a few more guests than Scenic as well. You've got the private sitting area, separate bedroom. You get the Nespresso coffee machines, concierge service. Again, always remind you, make sure you consult with the advisors at All Aboard, and they'll educate you on the amenities and services in these higher categories as well. We also have the fitness center, just like Scenic. This is very important because we do find over the years that a lot of our guests like to continue their workout routine. I've even talked to guests before, and they say, if you don't have a workout routine, I'm not going to go. So we always like to point this out as well. Now, one of the neat innovations on our starships are pools. So on the aft of the ships, we've got these pools with retractable roofs. You can actually do some laps in the pool. We'll also have water aerobics, stretching classes as well. You can sit outside and have a nice cocktail as you're viewing along. But in the evening, we drain the water and we raise the bottom up, and it transforms into a cinema, a movie theater, if you will. In the evening, we do have entertainment in the main lounge, but say you want something a little bit different, we show movies, taped concerts, live sporting events. So just a nice place to relax, unwind as you're cruising the rivers in the evening in Europe. Same neighborhood as Scenic, same rivers, Rhine, Main, Danube, North Sea to Black Sea. We do have a ship in France, the Liberté, and the Radiance, that's cruises the Douro, again, offering 8 to 15-day cruises on that deluxe experience as well. All right. When you look at the tours, so what happens with Emerald Waterways is we do include a tour in each port. It's a combination of walking tour, motor coach tour, but one of the values and advantages of booking Emerald Waterways is we also include extra special tours called Emerald Plus. These are very authentic tours that take you to the heart of the local culture. Couples of examples, the top one on the Danube, we go over to the Slovakian family home. This is the gentleman's home. This is actually the gentleman's house we go to. We have cake, we have coffee, we have a little bit of liqueur, we tell stories, we tell lies. It's truly authentic with he and his family. It's really a lot of fun. Another one would be on the south of France, a silk workshop down in Lyon. It's in the production of weaving and silk dates back to the 15th century. So we'll have a silk workshop that's included as well. And then in the up in Amsterdam, outside of the Keukenhof Gardens, known as the Garden of Europe, one of the world's largest flower gardens, we'll include a tour of that. So these are, again, extra special tours that we include during your cruise experience at no extra charge. And then we do notice that the Emerald guest tends to be a little bit more active. So we do have bicycles on board. However, they're not electrically assisted bikes. They're manual bikes, so you got to pedal yourself. We introduce hiking tours, canoeing tours, these bike tours. So these are all guided tours from our staff and local guides that will take you out and experience the culture, basically with the active experiences. And they are included as well. So make sure you take a look at these tours when you're active. And if you really want to enjoy Christmas time, I encourage you to always take a look at the Christmas markets cruises. And both on Scenic and Emerald, we do the Christmas market cruises, but this year we're introducing some shorter cruises as well as in 2022 on the Rhine, on the south of France, on the Danube from Vienna to Budapest, Arles and Avignon on the south of France as well. So what's really nice is both on the Danube and the southern France, we do overnights in Vienna and Budapest, Arles, Avignon. So there's plenty of time to really experience these areas. And if you may be new to river cruising, kind of get your feet wet on a 4-night, 5-day, maybe do a land extension as well. Take advantage of those. So just to summarize, because you've gotten a lot of information, I always just like to say between the both brands. Emerald Waterways, 4-star deluxe, nicely inclusive. Remember, voted best value for the money. A little bit more modern, stylish ships with the starships, 182 guests, all about the innovations with the open air balcony, pool, and cinema. Scenic, more of a 5-star luxury. If you like the convenience of everything being all-inclusive, this is the product for you. Our guests do not get off the ship without any type of charge. More of a contemporary classic feel, 165 guests. You've got all the inclusions and the shore excursions as well. So that's kind of a little summary between the both brands right now. We've got some specials for you. I will share some information with you now. We have canceled our cruises through March of this year. So we've got some cruises that we canceled through March. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we will open up soon. It's all up to what the world says. We've got protocols in place. We've got medical experts. We've got the CDC. We've got CLIA. We've got all these organizations and medical experts that are working on that. When we do open up, protocols are in place. So do know that the well-being of you, our guest, and our crew is the utmost important. But we do have some specials for you. If you're looking at on our 8 to 10 day cruises, we got free economy air from 25 gateways and our 11-day Doro. If you're looking for longer cruises on the 11+ days, we've got free premium economy air, and we do have some specials if you pay in full for 2022 where you save an additional 10%. That is on Scenic right now. And then with Emerald Waterways, pretty much the same thing when it comes with the commitment to health and safety. All through our brands, do know that the well-being is the most important. We have some air promotions with Emerald Waterways. You can save 10% or save $2,000. So take a look at, make sure you do consult with one of the advisors at All Aboard on pricing to make sure you're getting the best value for your money on Scenic and Emerald Waterways. And for attending, I know Sherry mentioned a lot of great generous offers for you, but we've got a couple generous offers for you as well. So if you book your Scenic River Cruise by February 2nd, you'll get $300 discount per stateroom. And if you book your Emerald Waterways, you'll get $250 per stateroom discount when you book by February 2nd. Just a little convenience for you. Don't forget, you've got that information right there, All Aboard Travel. They're knowledgeable not only in river cruising, but all your travel needs. Take advantage of their knowledge and their expertise. So on behalf, I want to thank you for attending, and we can open it up if we have any questions.
Wonderful, Richard. Thank you so much. That was a fabulous presentation, and I'm just thrilled and so grateful and thankful to you and your organization for all of the very generous offerings and VIP specials and perks that we can provide only to our clients. Like you said, a lot of travel is at a halt right now. We know that it is going to open, and we have a lot of clients with varying ideas of how they want to, whether they want to wait or they're booking right now. They want to wait until vaccinations are complete, and everywhere in between. So it's wonderful to see that you have all of those options available. We are recommending to our clients, we're not going to push anybody to travel, but we are recommending, because we do know what is going to happen, that if you are in any way, shape, or form interested in going anywhere the end of 2021 or into 2022, that you take advantage of all of these options and perks and promotions that can be stacked together, and go ahead and make a reservation now. We know if you wait another few months, once everything opens up and people are traveling again, not only with the push of having to rebook those who were unable to travel in 2020 that are now being rebooked into 2021 and further into 2022. Space is limited. And the difference that we're seeing right now is that people, although they do want to get out and travel, they're looking at doing it a little bit differently. They're looking at the size and capacity of the ships that they're going to choose to sail on and the size of the tours that they're going on. And they're looking and making decisions based on what they are comfortable with. So organizations like yours with Scenic and Emerald Waterways that are smaller sailing vessels that do offer these amazing opportunities to see these sites in smaller groups are really appealing to people in this day and age.
You know, Sherry, definitely echo what you say, you know, going back to, we have seen, I've been in this industry for 33 years this year. I've had the privilege of really working for some wonderful travel companies over the years. And we've heard that term pent up demand. We find a lot of our guests incorporate a vacation into their livelihood, and they weren't able to go anywhere in 2020. And so most places, some of the, you know, Mexico, Caribbean, some places have opened up, and we are seeing a lot of our guests have elected to take future travels and rebook. And we really think that 2022, there's not going to be much inventory as we go down, because
we're already seeing that now with attempting to
dates sold out. We've already opened up 2023 as well. So if you are interested, take a look at it, because you know, there is confidence that we will open up. I don't know when. I'm hoping you know, by early midsummer that we will open up. But again, you know, the world dictates that to us. But I definitely echo exactly what you say, and do know that we all, every cruise line, every tour operator, every destination is got your well-being as a priority. I mean, we are not going to open up until we have this down to make sure
Absolutely.
that safety is well. So
yeah, and we certainly wouldn't send.
Yeah.
Yeah, we certainly wouldn't send any of our clients anywhere that we weren't comfortable with, honestly. We at All Aboard Travel, even though we are a travel leaders vacation center and a very, very large travel company backing us, we have been here and in business locally in the Fort Myers area over 32 years, embedded into our community. A lot of our clients are actually our friends now at this point, and we want to make sure that everyone is comfortable and safe with the decisions that they make for their future travel plans. So with you on that, absolutely, Richard. Again, thank you so much, Richard, for your wonderful presentation. Give us a call at All Aboard Travel, 1-800-741-1770. You won't be disappointed. You'll be working with the best of the best out there. And thanks again for joining us for our presentation. I was just getting ready to say, do we have a question? And it looks like we do have one. And
Sure.
I will throw this over at your way, Richard. Currently, and I know that this may change because the vendors are getting much more flexible with their policies, knowing what the world that we're living in. But what is your current change or cancellation policy as it is in place
right now? What we're doing is we are allowing guests to transfer to future sailing dates as well. If they want to transfer up to 60 days prior, they can transfer that. We're even doing it closer in. We do understand the uncertainty out there. We have a program called Platinum Protection Program, which is an insurance program that the guests can purchase for a small amount that does allow them to cancel and get their money back as well. Platinum Protection Program. So again, we understand we have to be flexible, understanding the uncertainty out there. So yes, we definitely will work with you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Did anybody else have a question that they would like to ask while we have Richard here with us today?
Great.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Thanks again so much to those who have joined. We are recording this, so we'll also eventually be posting this on our website. If you have missed anything and you want to go back and review and see it, it'll be available there. Again, I'm Sherry Cressy. Thanks for joining Richard. Call us at All Aboard Travel, 1-800-741-1770. We'll be here for you. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Be safe. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank